My name is Rose Hines. I first came into contact with dichroic glass about 15 years ago. I actually bought a pendant that I had fallen in love with. About 5 years ago, a friend of mine learned how to make it from a glass master, and she taught me the process. The process to make the dichroic glass differs depending on what my intent is for the piece. There are some that I make mosaic pieces out of, and there's a lot more cuts to the glass and fitting it on to the base glass and everything. There can be up to 50 steps when I'm doing a more complex piece. When I'm doing a simple piece, there can be as few as 4 or 5 steps getting the glass ready to go in the kiln. And once it goes in the kiln, the lid gets shut and the heat goes on. The longest part of it, for the most part, is the heating and cooling of the glass, putting it in the kiln, turning the kiln on, because that takes up to 12 plus hours to complete that part of the process. The favorite part of the process for me is opening the kiln after I have it loaded, because it's always kind of exciting to see what has turned out and also what hasn't turned out. I don't throw any of the pieces away though, so when I open the kiln and take a look at it, I try and determine, okay, this was going to be a pendant, it's not going to work out. How can I change this? And I've got a ring saw where I can actually cut the piece up and attempt to make something different out of it. When I'm going to the shows, I generally take my entire inventory with me. With time, I've done the shows now for 4 years, and I've limited the number of trays. I have 8 trays that I take. That's the number I always take, so the inventory is always with me, but I have a couple of small cases of pieces to backfill, and so I have everything with me, so I'm not thinking, oh shoot, I have that at home and I should have that with me. I can see myself doing this for at least another 5 years on a regular basis. As time goes by though, and my husband retires, I think I'll be doing fewer shows. I'll still be doing shows, but I will be doing less of them throughout the year. So instead of doing a dozen shows, I might cut it down to 4 or 5 of my best venues that I've been able to find through the years.